Welcome back to Speletons, everyone. Alright, so oh no, Ancient Eyes. I feel like there's something. I feel like there's something else we were talking about too. Uno. It was Uno.
Yeah. I lined up my mouse cursor with yours, but then you moved it.
Oh.
I'm trying to realign it.
Is my mouse cursor? I wonder if it's being recorded or not. Technically, it shouldn't be, but I guess it doesn't really matter for this. But I haven't been keeping.
Stop moving your mouse cursor. It's making it really hard for me.
I have to keep moving and select other stuff, Derek. Like, I don't know what you want.
It's
150% weapon damage to target shield. Oh, okay.
I feel like I had something to say, but I forgot what it was.
Me too, right? That just happened. I could have sworn I was in the middle of saying something. Now I don't remember nothing.
Oh, yeah. So I was talking with some other people after the chess rehearsal, the Toricon chess rehearsal,
right?
That I'm co-directing part of.
Sometimes full directing too, depending.
Yeah, for like an hour and 14 minutes to start because the fucking director is not actually there. The president of the club, who is the assistant, who is also Derek. The other director, who is probably who is the main. We've been referring to him as the main director, and I'm the assistant director. But frankly, at this point, I think we're just both co-directors because I've been doing more directing than he has. Yeah, he wasn't there for like the first hour and 14 minutes. The only warning I got was I'm gonna be late. All right, hour and 14 minutes later. Oh hey. What does that mean?
What does what mean? Hey, it's like hello, Derek. Do you know what hello means? Or it's what horses eat.
Yeah. Anyways, so afterwards, though, a bunch of us went to Commons. We were getting Crossroads, and we were getting food, and we were talking about chess or something like that. And I think I've decided if I were to audition or next semester when I likely am not tech manager, or not next semester, next year when I'm likely not tech manager and likely going to audition for chess, which is the show. It's basically a scripted show that we write and put on at Toricon for reference.
Yeah, when it's a chessboard and each piece is like a cosplayer.
Yeah, each piece is a different cosplayer. The kings basically are the main pieces. It's everything's scripted. We do like fights when pieces when like a piece would take another piece. We do like a 3-minute fight that's scripted. Either piece could win. Yeah. Anyways, I think next year I'm going to audition for king, though I don't expect to actually get it because I'm not that great at words. I have the potential to do it, to like get the position. I think it's more just like I'm probably gonna fuck up my audition. But anywho, I'm torn between my number one choices for king being, which I think I know which one I would probably pick for my number one choice. My number one choice for king is Goofy.
Goofy. All right.
So with the idea that the plot, because there's also we also like have like a little intro usually, and there's like a plot to why the kings are fighting with each other with the chessboard.
Right.
The idea for the plot would be whoever the other king is stole or basically kidnapped my son Max.
But you have to fight Max, and one of the chessboards. Like, you know, have you ever seen that comic of like where Goofy is Han Solo and Max is Kylo Ren?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Have you ever heard ProZD do the voice for that comic though?
I think I saw that. You may have sent me that.
It's hilarious. Oh my god, that would that'd be really funny. I want to see the face of my son.
So, the idea is that could be how. So, when it gets down to like the final 8 pieces, there's usually just like an end scene, which is like a fairly longer scene that just kind of like kills or wraps up. Usually, or wraps everything up. Usually, it kills everybody or most people. But it essentially just wraps everything up. So I had the idea. The way the end scene would be prompted is when it gets down to the final 8. Whoever the person is who kidnapped Max kills him.
Oh.
And then just like I want to hear the audible sound of the audience's like hearts shattering. I want to hear their will break. And then basically Goofy would like go into like extreme sorrow, and then quickly sorrow. And then like quickly afterwards go into turn to serious goof, or serious and angry goof, and just like and basically like start the end scene there, and like that's when he pretty much just like that's when the final like fight sequences begin. It would be kind of funny to do like the Max is like Max kills Goofy. That'd also be pretty funny.
Yeah, that's.
And by funny, I mean that people in the crowd, because it's usually a bunch of fragile teenagers, would like break. Although this would be 18+ chess, so like.
That still applies. That still applies.
Yeah. So, I'm so excited for this Toricon chess because like the people who are characters from Ruby. They're gonna, or we were figuring out like going over some fights ideas yesterday for like everybody, and for like they have one fight, they're a one fight lose, and like last year the Rubies didn't die for chess when they lost. They just kind of went away for a while.
Right.
They went away. They actually came back a couple times later on throughout the show. We're not doing that this year. I want to see them fucking die, and I want to hear the fragile hearts of everyone in the crowd shatter.
Holy shit, man! I want to see them all die.
I want, and it makes it makes the show so much greater when like when the characters actually die, as opposed to just like get sent away or something like that. While it is funny to see them get sent away sometimes, when they don't die,
especially when it's fitting. When it's fitting in a character, like with Arnold.
So like I was gonna say there was Arnold from the Magic School Bus. He just got dragged away by Miss Frizzle, for not having a permission slip for killing, someone.
Yeah, I don't remember. I forgot. I'm sorry.
I don't remember who he killed. I think he either killed Captain Planet or Owain.
He did kill Captain Planet, right? And he became one of his things.
I think it was Captain. Yeah.
Because he was one of his Planeteers.
Yeah, he was one of his Planeteers, and then like he died in the next fight, or the next fight that Captain Planet was in.
Right.
I don't honestly know who won their first fight. It was hard to tell really, because not much like fighty happened. Anyways, so
fair.
But the Ruby fan base is incredibly fragile.
Right.
Which is why I'm excited to watch. We figured out like things to do for like how the Rubies are gonna die. The characters are John and Sun.
Oh, nobody's gonna care if they die.
So, no, people won't care if Sun dies. People will care a lot, or with how we do John.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's going to be a PR joke. There's going to be, he's going to just pretty much just like fail. There's going to be like a heartfelt speech. We're playing Sun's going to lose first. We're playing like a heartfelt speech, and then before John really gets to do anything, he just also gets killed. He's like, "I will like honor your legacy," and then just dies.
I will honor your legacy,
and then gets killed. We're hoping to like just see them. I want to make the show, because like that happened a lot last year, where not a lot of people actually died, or like the way they died wasn't that like great. Or it wasn't that great, or it didn't like have that much of an impact to the crowd really. I want to like have the deaths this year just like really like hit. I want them to like hit people and draw them into the show more. I want them to, cause like there's one thing I want, or you wouldn't understand it, so I'm not really gonna say anything about it. There's one for Angel Beats, one of the characters from that.
I feel like I know that, but I don't.
I watched it. I've talked about it before, probably. We have something, or part of like how we have that scripted is going to like, because like there's like that show's known for being like really sad at some points, and just like it's like super feelsy. It's gonna like break the audience.
Break the audience. It's gonna break the audience. When we do it.
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait to destroy the audience. That's my goal as director, is to just like make like make the show as like impactful, not impactful, but like. Pause. All right, we're back. What were you saying, Derek?
That's like my goal as a director is to basically like, I want this show to be I want more. I want most of the of the pieces, because like not every, or there are times where like not having someone die, but rather just having them leave is better. Because like it's just like if you do it right, it can be really funny. But I want more. I want more death. I want more death. I want more despair.
More people need to die.
Because like it's great for sucking the crowd in, and it's great for just like it's great for, it's a good way. It's always a good thing for telling a story and developing characters is for people to die along the way.
Yeah, that's true. For some reason, everyone wants
it's
death.
Because it's well, no, people don't want death. Fandoms hate death.
Fandoms hate death.
However, the reason the fandoms the things that are generally, I think, most talked about amongst fandoms is when there is a death in their series. That's if there's a death in the series, that's like a protagonist or like a character, as long as it wasn't like an antagonist. Even if it's just like a side character, like Pyrrha, for example, that was like a heavily talked. That was like a thing that
she was pretty close to a main character though.
Yeah, but like as soon as I saw that happen, like, or like after I watched that episode, like I remember just seeing like my news because of like one of the Ruby page that I follow, which I've been very close to unfollowing multiple times. Was just like riddled with things about like, I can't believe this shit, and like
I can't believe this shit.
I can't believe that like she died and this happened and all that, and like I thought her death was pretty stupid in my opinion, just because of the way she died.
How'd she die again?
By Cinder.
Right.
Spoiler. It felt pretty forced. Because like there was no reason for her to run up and challenge Cinder in the first place.
All right, I guess that's fair.
That's what I didn't like about it, is like, I'm perfectly fine with her dying. I just don't think that's how she should have died. It shouldn't have been her chasing after Cinder. It should have been the other way around.
Well, originally, according to that letter by that guy or whatever, it was supposed to be John's fault.
Yeah.
Which I guess would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe made the story cluttered. That's what I personally think when it comes to that. So maybe the story gets cluttered by that.
It may have, yeah. I don't know how. The thing is nobody outside of the people that work on Ruby know how much of the show Monty had already written before he passed away.
He has volumes of it.
He has a lot written. I know that.
He has it for 25 volumes or some shit, something high like that. Yeah. That's what one of my old friends who's super duper into Ruby said that, and she would know.
Probably a lesbian.
Yeah, she might be a lesbian. High chance of that probability.
But
I make this person visible all the time.
I'm excited. Ruby's a fragile fandom. At least from what I've seen for shows, I know them as a fragile fandom because of what happened when Pyrrha died, when Yang had her arm thing. Yeah. Like people just like.
Well, that's albeit a little bit worse. Like losing your arm as opposed to dying. Like,
yeah,
brutal, man. It's fucking brutal. Some brutal shit.
I wish I could have seen the looks on people. I feel like probably the thing that has to get like the best reaction from people in Ruby isn't when Yang loses her arm. Rather, it's probably when Tai Yang makes the joke or says something to her about like, that's how you lost, or that's probably why you lost your arm or something like that.
Who says it?
It's in volume 4, I think. It's pretty early on. It's when her father, basically.
Right.
Like she goes downstairs she goes downstairs something like that. I don't think she has a robot arm yet. Something like that. Like the other professors are there, and like.
Right. I remember that.
They're like they get into like an argument. He says something about losing her arm, and then like. I imagine when she said that, like every single person in the fandom just stared at her, just like immediately, like their opinion of Tai Yang just immediately just like dropped dropped down like the lowest chasm imaginable.
Lowest chasm imaginable.
And then afterwards Yang just like laughs it off, and I thought that was so great when I saw that, because I was like, this is like, I love seeing that.
I love seeing that.
I love seeing the morbid comedy there, and also that had to have like upset so many people when before they heard Yang just like laugh it off, and even still, they probably still were pretty upset.
I mean, like, it was I remember it being actually funny though.
Mm. No, I thought it was hilarious when Yang just like laughed it off. That was probably my favorite moment in Volume 4.
That's fair. A spread range weapon, shockwave shot, and weapon overloader.
Yeah. To some people, I probably sound like a diabolical, like, fucko, I guess. Oh. Like with what I like to see in like shows. Like, I like seeing death. I like seeing the, like, sad boys, basically. Sad boys. I like seeing the sad, like, the down low and sad moments, because like that's what really makes people feel for a show. That's how you, like, if a character dies in a show,
right,
and it doesn't have if a character dies in like a more serious show, or like at least during a serious moment in the show, and like it doesn't impact the viewer in any way, really, the show's probably not doing that great of a job telling the story.
Yeah, that's
fair. Because if they intended for a serious moment of this character dying, and then you just like saw it and you're just like, whatever, I guess they're dead. It's probably, the show's probably not doing a good job. That's usually like escalate, or deaths are a good way to go from like, the other thing too is they're a good way to go from like 0 to 100 real quick.
That's fair. Let me get that so I get some money. So it is essentially next time on Speletons time. And I believe this is the last one of her session, right?
I probably should make soup.
Yeah. So I think this is the last one of her session. So next time on Speletons, I think we'll come back to this. This is, yeah, you know what? We definitely will come back to this. I want to say. I don't know. How do you feel about it, Derek? I like this game, by the way. I think it's worth getting and checking out.
Interesting, I guess. I haven't really. I was ranting for a while there, so.
That's fair. It was good. I like the strategy portion of it. I do enjoy this game, so I definitely want to return to it.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe we will. Next time on Speletons though, and we'll. Oh wait, I don't need any more of these janitor things, so I'll just sell them. Wait. Did I? Wait. All right. Bye bye.